So you've built this awesome GenAI app, but here's the million-dollar question. How do you know if it's secretly breaking? That's what we're tackling today, GenAI observability. And we've got this incredible cheat sheet to walk us through it all. And look at this. This cheat sheet is basically our roadmap. We're going to cover everything, from the big ideas behind GenAI observability all the way down to the actual practical open source tools you can grab and start using like today. So yeah, let's dive right in. All right, so your new GenAI app is finally live. People are using it, it's out there in the wild, but, and this is a big but, how do you really know it's doing what you wanted it to do? And that right there is the heart of the problem. You know, with regular software, if something breaks, you get an error code, right? It screams at you. But a GenAI app, oh, it can fail silently. It can look totally fine from the outside, but underneath, things are going wrong in these really subtle, almost corrosive ways. So that brings us perfectly into our first big topic, what we're calling GenAI's silent problem. We're going to see exactly why the old school tools we used for monitoring they just don't work for these new LLMs. So what are we even talking about here? What do these silent failures actually look like? Well, you could have subtle hallucinations, where the model just starts making stuff up. Or maybe your RAG system, that's retrieval augmented generation, is pulling in completely the wrong information. And then there's the sneaky stuff, like your API costs suddenly spiking, or the app's performance just gradually getting worse over time. It's like having ghosts in the machine, seriously. Okay, so how do you fight these ghosts? Well, you need the right tools, and even before that, the right mindset. And it all starts with understanding a really key difference, observability versus monitoring. Let's start with monitoring. Think of it like the dashboard in your car. It gives you those high-level stats, right? Your speed, how much gas you have. Maybe that scary check engine light comes on. It tells you that something is wrong, but it doesn't tell you what. Observability, though, that's a whole different ballgame. If monitoring is the dashboard, observability is the full diagnostic report you get from the mechanic. It lets you pop the hood and see everything. You can trace exactly how a user's prompt led to a certain piece of data being pulled, which led to a specific model call, and finally, the output. You get the why, the root cause. So let's put them side by side. It makes it super clear. Monitoring is the what. It's the alarm bell that says, hey, latency is high. Observability is the why. It's the diagnostic that says, aha, it's high because this one specific step in the retrieval process is failing. And that's the whole point, right? You absolutely can't fix what you can't see. Okay, so why are we hammering this point home? Why is this so incredibly critical? Because we're not just talking about some abstract tech problem here. These silent failures, they have a real, tangible impact on your users and your wallet. Let's talk about the money first. It's so easy for an inefficient prompt or some weird buggy loop to just silently rack up thousands and thousands of dollars in unexpected API costs. And you won't even know what's happening. Without observability, you are literally flying blind with your budget. But honestly, even more important than the money is trust. Think about it. Every single time your app hallucinates or spits out a totally nonsensical answer, you're chipping away at your user's confidence. And once that trust is gone, man, it is so hard to get back. It really all boils down to this fantastic line from our cheat sheet. Observability lets you debug fast, prove quality, and build trust. I mean, that's it right there. That's the whole foundation for building AI that people can actually rely on. All right, so we get the problem, we get why it matters. So now, what do we do about it? Let's get practical. It's time to dive into the toolkit, your tracking checklist for actually building a solid observability system. So this table breaks it down into 4 key areas you've got to watch. First up is latency, to make sure your app actually feels fast. Then cost, obviously, to keep your budget from exploding. Quality is huge. Are the answers actually good? And finally, reliability, to make sure the whole thing doesn't just fall over. And really, this all translates into a simple set of questions you should be asking your system all the time. Is it using the right context? Is it hallucinating? Are costs creeping up? Is latency getting worse? Are the outputs safe for people to see? Think of these as your daily health checks. Now, the best part is, you don't have to build all this stuff from scratch. There are some amazing open source tools that can get you up and running. For instance, LangFuse is fantastic for really deep evaluation and tracking.
Arise Phoenix gives you that beautiful end-to-end observability dashboard. TrueLens is great for zooming in on quality metrics, and Helicone is perfect if you just need powerful, simple gateway logging.
Okay, this all sounds great, but how do you actually start? The key is to not get overwhelmed. Start small. And this simple 5-step plan, this is your blueprint for getting something in place like today. So here we go. Step 1, just start logging stuff. Prompts, outputs, errors, all of it. Step 2, begin tracking those core metrics, cost, latency, and some basic quality scores. Step 3, if you're using a RAG system, grab a tool like Raygas or TrueLens to evaluate it. Step 4, set up some alerts. Don't make yourself manually check dashboards all day. And the most important one, step 5, make it a habit. Set aside time every week to review your traces and figure out how to improve your prompts or your retrieval. It's a cycle, a constant process of refinement. And that's basically the whole journey. We've gone from talking about those spooky, silent problems that can haunt your GenAI apps, all the way to a clear, step-by-step plan that puts you back in the driver's seat. It's about moving from silent problems to confident control. So I'll leave you with one last thing to think about. Today, this is all about observing the AI systems we built. But as AI gets more and more autonomous, as it starts making more decisions completely on its own, how is our whole idea of trust going to have to evolve? I mean, what does it even mean to trust a system that we can't fully observe in the same way? Something to chew on. Thanks for tuning in.